So first of all, what happened in the hack, and maybe perhaps any idea of what's happening today or what the current status is?
Sure, sure. So I think on July 18th or 17th, I think where it was communicated by their team that there was an alleged hack that happened onto their system. They held, I think at that point, about 450 million worth of crypto overall. Out of that, 220 million was reportedly hacked by a hacker from their system, right? So at that point in time, any user holding anything on, say, if you hold $100 on WazirX, probably it has become 55 because 45% has been stolen. So we as CoinSwitch, we work with a lot of exchanges as well. So we are not just an exchange but an exchange aggregator. Why we are an exchange aggregator is because that helps us provide the best price to the user. So maybe CoinSwitch exchange does not have the best price for it, but say WazirX has. We will go fetch it from WazirX for our users to get the best price at any execution. So we were partnering with WazirX as well in helping user provide the best price on CoinSwitch, right? And obviously, to execute orders, you have to keep some money with WazirX. We have had, I think, roughly around 80 to 85 crore worth of crypto at that time on WazirX. So we were also hurt by this, alleged hack and 45% haircut on that, right? So but our agreement with them being in India, and they are now taking proceedings. I don't want to get into legalities of it. They're now taking proceedings to Singapore. We are fighting a case that we were registered as a broker and not a normal user, because we were executing orders on our users' behalf on them, and that broker agreement holds is under the Indian jurisdiction, and we are fighting in the Indian court to recover our money.
Okay. So basically, you guys also lost money in that. Bye. Just ये है that your amount is much bigger than my amount, but well, you guys also started some sort of a recovery fund. I read a news article about it when I was reading about when I was preparing for this interview, that some 600 crore fund was launched by you folks to help folks with the WazirX hack. So can you please tell me a little bit, our users, about what that fund is, how that helps, and B, boss, I have lost money. How do I get my fair share or whatever is from that 600 crore for that? Because I had no idea.
So I think the idea is very simple. WazirX had some of the early investors. They were, one of the few pioneers, early pioneers into the crypto space. So they have a lot of old crypto user base on them, right? Losing money is also equated to losing trust. And people losing money on WazirX means that they would look negatively of the crypto ecosystem on itself. And the kind of growth that we expect Indian markets to have will have a very negative impact, because these users will now treat everyone with a similar light, because they have been on the receiving end on what has happened to WazirX, right? So the idea was to how do we restore trust and balance into the ecosystem, and at the same time, these users who are who already know how crypto ecosystem works, and if crypto continues to grow in India, these users will play a big part, and can CoinSwitch try to get these users as well, benefit them in try to recover their money, and also take them further in help. As the crypto ecosystem grows, we can grow along with those users as well. So that is why we launched the 600 crore initiative to help recover the lost money on the WazirX alleged hack, right? How this work is very, very simple. Any crypto user who wants to invest even now or want to wait for WazirX to open withdrawals, they can simply choose CoinSwitch as their platform. Today, I think WazirX has announced that everyone will get 85% of the value which was at 17th or 18th of July, right? So every user will lose 15% of the original value plus notional losses, because the markets have gone quite up from there. But let's just talk about those 15%, right? Now, through this 600 crore program, every WazirX user who was impacted by this hack can make full recovery. How do you do that? Once the WazirX open withdrawals, or even before that, if you want to invest in crypto, you do that through CoinSwitch by signing up for our program, and then any deposit that you do on our platform, you can earn up to 10% of the value deposited on the CoinSwitch platform. So, say if WazirX withdrawal are open, you have now $85, you invested 100, but now you have only 85. You deposit 85 onto CoinSwitch, so 8.5 rupees you can claim as your sign up bonus, which will make your recovery to 93.5. Now, through all of those users who are now signing up for this program, CoinSwitch would also earn revenue because they will do trading. They will take a lot of crypto services from CoinSwitch. So any revenue that we earn from those users are distributed back to them to make up for their losses until it reaches 100% for the next 2 years. So the remaining 6.5 rupees, or which we would earn as revenue through the people who are participating in this program, we will give it back and distribute it proportionally to their losses to make sure that they make 100% of their recovery, right? So this is how the program works. Simply sign up for CoinSwitch Cares, which is our 600 crore program to help recover the remaining 15%, which WazirX will not be able to give you. Come to CoinSwitch, deposit your cryptos, your INR onto CoinSwitch, get up to 10% sign up reward, and the remaining rewards you will receive as part of our regular distribution. Anything that we make through those users will be redistributed back in proportion of their losses to make up for 100% recovery.
Fair. I have some follow-up questions on this, and to be really honest, because I am going to do this.
Sure.
So I had roughly 2 lakh rupees in various coins when the hack happened on WazirX. And after that, what has happened, I have no idea. I don't even check the app, etc. anymore. What I know is I'm still not allowed to withdraw. The withdrawals are not open. Today, what do I need to do? Today, I need to go to CoinSwitch, or how do I prove to you that I'm one of the people impacted by the hack? So that's my first question. So how do I come to you saying that, okay, I want to apply for this program? How do I do that?
Sure. So when you come to CoinSwitch, there is a segment called CoinSwitch Cares. So CoinSwitch Cares. So you come to the website, it'll ask you, few questions on, how much were you invested in, which coin you held, how much do you trade, and ask for your report from WazirX. So it'll show you, go to WazirX, log in into your account, click here to download a report and upload that report, which becomes our verification process. Now somebody can, fake that as well. But I'll come to how the next verification works a little later. But this is all. Once you upload that statement, we analyze that statement. Now we know how much crypto you held on WazirX, what is their value, how much you have lost, and how much you are eligible for. Then we tell you that what do you need to do now? How much will you receive money as sign-up bonus? How much you have received through referral bonus, and how much you will receive through transactional revenue sharing? And how much more will you make up for? If you only are receiving 85% from WazirX, will you be able to recover 100% or not? If not, what is the percentage you will be able to recover? CoinSwitch will give you right information there itself. After that, the process is very simple. Now you know how much you can benefit from CoinSwitch Cares program. And once you say that, oh, this works for me, you simply download CoinSwitch app. If you deposit anything, so even you want to invest in the crypto market even today, every deposit that you do is eligible for sign-up bonus. So if you don't want to wait for WazirX withdrawal to be available to you, and you want to take advantage of the bull run today, you can say invest 10,000 rupees and get up to 10% on that as well. So you can start your recovery from today itself. But many of the users may not have additional funds to invest into crypto. They would want to wait for WazirX to open withdrawals before they, start being active in the crypto ecosystem. So you can wait there then as well. So once, say, WazirX open withdrawals, in your case, you will receive, say, 170,000 back from them mostly in terms of crypto. You can now deposit that on CoinSwitch. Once you deposit that, you are eligible for 17,000 rupees of rewards, which makes your total to 187,000. The next 13,000 you can make up. Either you can refer more people who have been impacted by WazirX hack, or on our platform, whenever you do any transactions, we make any transaction fee from that, we collate all of those users' fee together and distribute in the ratio of their losses. So your 13,000 will get recovered probably in the next 6 months of you joining this program and starting being active on the platform. The idea is that this program is active for the next 2 years, trying to make as much as losses recover as possible. Our estimation today is that within the year, less than a year of this program, you will be able to recover 100% of your funds based on our estimates of the transaction fee that this pool will generate.
Fair, man. I am definitely going to give it a shot. And if there are people who are watching who have been impacted by the WazirX hack, I would strongly suggest that you give it a try as well.